Welcome in, Mexi Pina, welcome in. Tanya, it's going really good for a Monday night. Got a lot accomplished at work today, which is really good. Stacy, welcome in. And yourself, how is work going? How's your son doing? Bree, welcome in. Brooke Comer, welcome back. Jake Daniels, welcome back. Good to have you back. Really close to walking. Oh, nice. Jamie, welcome in. Good to see you. Tanya, are you nervous about him walking? We'll begin in a couple of minutes, 10 minutes after the hour. Hey, Sarah, welcome in. He's very destructive already. Typical boy, huh? Welcome in, everybody. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. Boo Bash. Boo's Big Bash. What is Boo's Big Bash? Oh, he's awful. I love it. Love it, love it. Guys, give me 1 second. Let me straighten out this. I almost lost YouTube. All right. Straighten that out. When he gets told no, he looks at you and giggles. Yeah, that's going to be a challenge. Hey, H5, welcome in. Yeah, they have that knack of doing that. I remember telling you guys about one of the students that I'm working with this year. I called him in today. We've been at it, we've been working for 3 months. And we have a collection of his work already. And one of the things that he's working on is his printing, because he just like, and these packets that we're working on, it's just 1 page, and he writes really nice on it. He does a really good job. And we were comparing the ones from the beginning of the year to the ones now. And how the first ones, there was a lot of eraser marks and he had to go back and redo it again. And his why. We've identified some of the letters that he works through that he doesn't know how to do yet. And then we compared it to today's. And I was like, look at how much growth you've shown. He got all happy. I love it. I was telling him too, like when he's writing, he starts shaking his leg. Like, oh, I want to get out of here. I can't stand this. So we've learned to identify when he starts shaking he starts getting frustrated. And so when you feel that way, just take a deep breath, stop, take a deep breath, and keep going. So he's had a lot of growth. It's really good to see that. A lot of growth. Poor guy. He's been through a lot. Yeah, Jake Daniels, it's funny. I love to, gotta print them letters. Print them letters. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. We're just waiting for either 20 people or 10 minutes after the hour. Oh, it's 10 minutes after the hour. Well, I guess we can start. All right. We are going to start with the Bear-Stained Bears Storytime Collection. Storytime Collection. We read about the sitter in the East Coast feed. For the West Coast feed, we're going to read The Bears Same Bears Go to the Doctor. Take a deep breath, stick out your tongue, come see Dr. Grizzly while you are young. Bears Same Bears Go to the Doctor. It's a family affair. We all go to the doctors all at once. Not just mom. Mom doesn't take care of all the responsibility. Dad comes as well. Dad's a good millennial dad. Takes part in everything. Not just on mom's shoulders. Tomorrow, said Mama Bear as she helped the cubs get ready for bed, you'll be going to the doctor for a checkup. Doctor, said Brother Bear, we're not sick. And what's a checkup? Asked Sister Bear, a little worried. It's just what it sounds like, said Mama. Dr. Grizzly will check to see if you are growing the way healthy cubs should. Yes, we love our millennial dads. So there's Mama Bear tucking in the little bears, telling them about tomorrow they have a doctor appointment. They have a doctor's appointment. There's Mama Bear. We get this point of view from outside looking into the window. It's probably a nice spring or summer night. They're able to have the windows open that wide. And then, will it hurt? Asked Sister, pulling the covers up. Now, said Papa Bear as he kissed her goodnight. You just settle down. There's absolutely nothing to worry about. But Sister wasn't so sure. Their nightly routine, putting the bears to sleep. They've got this cute little lamp, candle lamp. The glow on Mama Bear's face. And then Dad's putting Sister Bear and Brother Bear to sleep. Brother Bear's already knocked out. Sister Bear, not so much. She's a little worried. The next morning, after a good breakfast, the family got into their red roadster and were on their way. Do you ever get checkups, Mama? Sister asked as they drove along the dusty dirt road. So they're leaving their little tree house. Their tree house is pretty good. It's a very middle income tree house. They've got their little garage there, a little bridge, their little red roadster, convertible. Must be during the springtime. Yes, I do, answered Mama. I don't need checkups anymore, bragged Papa, because I, achoo, never get sick. Uh-oh. Our image of our millennial dad. He's got to be the center of attention. Kids, it's all about the kids. We're going to take... Yeah, I'm sure it was pretty cheap for their house. Gotta take the kids, but Dad's gotta put in his foot. Dad's gotta be part of it as well. Look at him giving Mama Bear the side eye. And Mama Bear's like, oh, here we go. Here we go. That was quite a sneeze, said Mama. It's this dusty road, said Papa, turning onto the main highway into Bear Town. They pulled to the stop in front of the doctor's office. Come, Cubs, said Mama. We don't want to be late for our appointment. But Brother held back. He remembered something. Are we going to get shots? He asked. That's up to Achoo! The doctor, said Papa, sneezing even bigger, a bigger sneeze than before. Bless you, said Mama. It's just this bright sunlight, sniffed Papa. I never get sick. Oh, okay. Audra, thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, Tanya, they probably got a really good score, a percentage on their loan. Really low, probably below like $1,000 a month. We're jealous. The doctor's waiting room was a busy, cheerful place with pictures on the walls,
books to look at, and puzzles to do. Brother started a puzzle. Sister took a book, but didn't really look at it. Other bears were coming in, and she looked around the room at them. There were cubs of all ages with their parents. Wouldn't that be fun, Tanya? I would love it too. With the potbelly stove, 2 stories. There's a lot going on in this picture. So they're in the waiting room. There's Mama and Papa. There's Sister Bear. She's a little worried. She's not so free about going and playing with the other characters. There's Brother Bear, all in the business. Some sick cubs. Dr. Grizzly, Dr. Gert Grizzly is in. Yes, very cozy. I would love it too. Lots of activity going on at the doctor's today. Everybody's not feeling well. A lot of cubs need to be taken care of. Some of the smallest cubs looked a little worried. Sister smiled at them so they wouldn't be afraid. There was a big cub with a cast on his leg. It had names and funny drawings all over it. He let Brother write his name on it for luck, and Sister drew a picture. So there's Sister Bear. She's being all Mama Bear. She's comforting these little toddlers that they look a little sick, or they look a little worried. And Brother Bear went to go talk to this guy here with the cast, and now he's signing it. There was even a little baby cub only a few weeks old. Next, called Dr. Grizzly. It was Brother and Sister's turn. Oh, there's a newborn cub. Just a few weeks old. And there's Dr. Gert Grizzly. Dr. Grizzly was friendly, but she got right down to work. She had a lot of bears to take care of and not much time to waste. First, she weighed and measured the cubs. She had them come down. Get into their drawers. She's going to weigh them. Fine, she said. You've both gained weight nicely and grown taller. She listened to their chests with a stethoscope and poked them all over to check on everything inside. Okay, so she gave them a full checkup. Thank you guys so much for the follow. I really appreciate that. Martha May. Then Dr. Grizzly took each cub's temperature to see if it was normal. 98.6. She checked their throats. Then she looked in their eyes, ears, and noses with a special light. Martha May, that's what we're here for. We're here to heal our inner child. A lot of us in the audience, as kids, were not read to as kids. So we are all taking advantage. So the bears are getting their yearly checkup, checking the mouth, checking the eye, checking the ears, checking the nose. Yes. Thank you guys for coming. Yeah, it's really nice to have somebody else read to you. Next, she tested their hearing by whispering very softly. Then came the eye test. Brother read every letter except the very smallest. Sister didn't know all the letters yet, so she read a special chart that looked like this. Very good, said the doctor as she studied some papers in a folder. Sister whispered to Brother, so far it hasn't hurt at all. So she's giving them a hearing test. It's a very old school way of giving them a hearing test. I'm eating cereal and watching again. I love it. Georgia H, welcome back. Wonder Chubs, welcome back. Brother Bear knows his alphabet, so he got to do this seeing eye test. Sister Bear doesn't know all the letters, so she has to do this one. And then Gerda Bear, or the doctor, is telling them that they're doing really good. And they're all happy and calm now. Nothing too scary yet. Well, that pretty much takes care of it, said Dr. Grizzly, looking through her eyeglasses at the papers. Except for one thing. I see it's time for your booster shots. I knew it, said Brother. Why do we have to have shots when we're not even sick, said Sister. Now, sister, said Papa, the achoo! Doctor knows best. Bless you, said Dr. Grizzly. And that's a very good question, sister. As she got the shots ready, she called out into the waiting room. I've got a brave little cub in here who's going to show you all how to take a shot. Oh, so, Martha May, can you go to the bathroom? No. As soon as we're done with the book. That's always my answer. As soon as we're done with this, and I hope they forget. They usually do and then don't go. So she's going to give them a shot. And the way she's going to do that is she's going to hype them up. She's going to hype them up. And she called somebody from the crowd and say, hey, do you want to see one of these really brave bears take a shot? It's a good way. Getting back to your question, sister, said Dr. Grizzly. You see, there are some kinds of medicine that you take after you get sick, and those are very useful. But this kind of shot is special medicine that keeps you from getting sick. Will it hurt? Asked the sister. Not nearly as much as biting your tongue or bumping your skin. Your shin, the doctor explained. There, all done. Dr. Grizzly was right, and it happened so fast that sister didn't even have time to say ouch. The little cubs were very impressed. So was brother. So Dr. Grizzly, she was talking her through it. And then she poked her. She didn't even feel it. Yeah, get that shot. And look at her, she's all rough. But look at her arm, it's getting all puffy. They're in their underwear and the kids are all looking. After brother shot, Papa said, well, doctor, we'll be achoo, going now. Don't you love that? It's so exaggerated. Achoo. Just a minute, Papa Bear, said Dr. Grizzly. Let me have a look at you. But I never get sick, Papa started to say. So the kids are getting dressed. Dad is going to make it about him. He was trying to be a big bear, but he had to make it about him. Temperature above normal. Throat red. Nose all stuffed. Time for your medicine, Papa, said the cubs, offering him a big spoonful of gooey pink stuff that Dr. Grizzly prescribed for his cold. Well, said Papa, smiling weakly, I hardly ever get sick. So Dad was the one that ended up getting the flu. Mom and her hat. She reminds me of my ex-mother-in-law, Georgia Beach. I can see why it's an X. So Dad ended up getting sick. He ended up being the one having to go into bed. The end. The Berenstain Bears Storytime Collection. Always a good way to start a live, especially the West Coast live, with a Berenstain Bears Storytime Anthology collection. We love a good Berenstain Bears. Okay, in the comment section, what did you think? 1 through 10? If you're new to the live, every time we read a book, we rate it 1 through 10. We kind of decide what to, if we liked it. Cat, yeah, that was a good one. Mexipina 10. Mindy, you love that one at 10? Yeah, Lisa Brown 10. Jamie 10. Vanessa 9. Bree 10. Jake 10. Stacy 10. Cat 10. Wonder Chubs 9. Brooke Homer 10. Yeah, that was a good one. Good story. Good illustrations. Tanya 9. Just really good all the way around. Okay, yesterday we read... Oh, did you get it right to you, Mom? Oh, that's sweet, Mindy. You're very lucky. It's a very good memory to have. Yesterday we read This Year a Witch for Halloween. That was a really good one. That was a really good one. This one is not Halloween centered, but is Halloween adjacent. So we're going to go ahead and read it. I did read this one to the East Coast yesterday, but I thought I'd hold off on this one. Millie Fleur's Poison Garden. Look at her.
Mini Fleur Poison Garden. We love a good end page. We love a good end page. We love our quirky characters. Please do not feed the plants. We can already tell what this one's going to be about. It says, for anyone who's ever felt a little bit weird, the world is more interesting with you in it. And for Kellen, who gets me. Look at these illustrations. You guys are going to really love this one because the illustration's top notch. Garden Glen was a place of sameness. Welcome to Garden Glen, a picture-perfect place. Look at that neighborhood. Those cottages are kind of cute, though. They really didn't sell it as plain. I wouldn't mind living in a place like this. Their windows were spotless, the hedges perfectly pruned, their shutters hung straight and true. Every house and yard in Garden Glen was flawless, with not a blade of grass out of place. So there's the little town of sameness. Except for one tumble-down house on a scruffy hill at the edge of town. Rejected and excluded, it stood lifeless with no one to love it. Until Millie Fleur LaFay came to town. Minnie Fleur LaFay. This is her. And her mom. We love a good pantsuit. And mom is really rocking that pantsuit. She's really confident in it because she's got her hand in her pocket. When you can put your hand in a pantsuit during the day, you're feeling really confident in it. And this is their station wagon here with all of their stuff. It's like a hearse. And then there's the little house at the top of the hill. Doesn't look like any of the other houses. It's got its own characteristic. But Minnie Fleur LaFay loves it. Minnie Fleur's new house was marvelous, but it was missing something. It didn't quite feel like home yet. So there she is. She's making some little decorations for her home to make it feel cozy, but it's not there yet. We can fix that, her mom said, pulling a surprise out of her pocket. Okay, so there's mom. She's got things taken care of. Seeds from Millie Fleur's old garden. Oh, okay, so mom got some seeds from their old garden just to make things feel a little bit like at home. Minnie Fleur old garden. And look at the house. We love a good Victorian. We love a good Victorian. We could fix this up. Could probably tear down some walls, put some new insulation on, some really nice wallpaper. Make these windows a little bit bigger so that we can get a lot of natural lighting inside. Maybe update some of this furniture here. She got straight to work. So she's going to get her seeds and she's going to make her own little garden in the backyard. The frog being all dramatic. Minnie Fleur's garden grew fast. So she planted the seeds and she waited. And she waited and these big plants started coming out. And look at her little garden. She's got cactus. She's got some Venus flytraps in there somewhere. A very odd, a very different garden. It's really, somebody said yesterday, it's giving Beetlejuice, which I agree. And wild. So she got fanged fairy moss, sore toothwort, tentacled tansy, glowing jack-in-the-bush, and grumpy gillflower. Yeah, definitely Beetlejuice, huh, with Wednesday. Look at all the cute little plants, the pumpkins. And then the sore toothwort, their teeth. Tentacle tansy. This is a Venus flytrap. Garden Glen's Rosebud Club was not happy about Millie Fleur's new garden. It's odd, said a man in a rather common sport coat. Got his nose in the air. It's unruly, said a lady in a stiffly starched dress. Appalling, bellowed a Colonel Stick in the Mud. So here come the local neighbors, the HOA representatives, coming to check out the garden. They are not happy with it. It looks like a wild brush of different types of scary plants. Yeah, HOA is out of control. The president of the Rosebud Club was determined to root out Millie Fleur's garden. Beware of the poison garden. Oh, look at them. Look at those neighbors. They're being mean. Putting up signs. Hey, Corey, welcome in. This won't do. According to our rules, your garden is unacceptable. We simply cannot have this poisonous mess in our town. But it's not poisonous, Millie Fleur scowled. It's just not like yours. The frog quit croaking. Yeah, they came to shut her down. Hey, just relax, welcome in. We haven't seen you in a while. They came to shut her down. They wanted to close her garden. Millie Fleur didn't understand why the club was so upset about what she grew in her garden. Your garden is different from anything they've seen before, her mother told her. Some people are scared of things that are different. Maybe I should plant a few roses, Millie Fleur asked. People here seem to like that sort of thing. Only if roses make you happy, her mother said. So they're having a conference. They're having a get-together. Because Millie, she's not feeling it. She's not feeling the neighborhood. She doesn't understand why they don't like her plants. And she thinks, you know what? Maybe if I plant some roses, that would make them happy. And Mom said, Only if roses make you happy. That's really important. We don't do things that we don't want to do based on other people's happiness. If what we do makes us happy and it makes other people happy, fine. That's the point. But we're not going to change ourselves. Especially when we have a nice little bed like that with a quilt cover. We worked really hard for that, so we're not going to... Yeah, Tanya, right? And look at her little pumpkin doll right there and some books. Yeah, no people pleasing. She could have gone that way, but Mom put an end to it. She said no. Only if it makes you happy. That night, Millie Fleur couldn't sleep. She tossed and turned, thinking about her beloved sneezing sticky weed, her grumpy gilliflower, and her fanged fairy moss. There were curious little plants, and they made life interesting. She was proud of her wild, weird little garden. Maybe she would start a new club. Yeah, so she has to go through the thinking process. She's like, all right, thank you so much, Kat, for the follow. She's going to think about it. And she came up with an idea. Maybe she would start a new club. The next morning, Millie Fleur got to work on a plan. She knew there must be someone who would appreciate what made her garden so special. She paid no attention to the disapproving notices posted at her gate as she made her way to school. So she got right to work. She made some little invitations here for her friends at school. And then she put these little signs. Notice of violation. Carnivorous plants. Mow it down. Neat and tidy lawns only. Oh, these are what the people have been, the evil people of the HOA have been telling her. I stick in situations for others. Oh, Martha May, yeah. We all do that. I've had years of therapy because of it. Had to learn boundaries. We've had to learn boundaries. At recess, she invited her entire class to visit her garden. She wasn't sure anyone would come. So she's selling it to her kids, her friends over at school, show and tell today. So if the adults aren't going to participate, she's going to get to the kids. So she went to the school. She gave all those little invitations that she made. She sent them out to her friends. The wheelchair. Oh, thank you so much for the October. I really appreciate that. And Kate, thank you guys so much for those pumpkins. Oh yeah, I forgot to set the goal, guys, for this little. Let's see if we can do. I knew I was forgetting something. Let's set up. Let's do 5 of these or 50 of these pumpkin pies. Those are only like 5 coins. Let's see if we can get those pumpkin pies going. We love a good pumpkin pie. So she passed out the invitations to all her friends. But curiosity got the best of them. Even their teacher came to see what all the fuss was about. Prepare to be amazed, Millie Fleur declared. But please stay on the path. Some of the plants have teeth. So all the kids came with their invitations, even the teacher. They were a bit curious. Look at some of the plants. And she says, prepare to be amazed. She kind of turned the plan for her. She turned the plan for herself. Thank you, Scarlett, for the follow. I really appreciate that. As they made their way through the garden, they were astonished, and at times a little nervous, and a little grossed out, but they all agreed. So they're taking a little visit around the garden. This little girl, she's looking at the bone bloom with her little magnifying glass. There's something up there with some binoculars. Thank you, Mexipina, for those. There's a patterned snake. They're a little freaked out by it. And this plant is sneezing this goo, and this girl's like, what? Curdled milkweed, sneezing stinkweed, freaky freckled fig, witch's wart, the teacher. Definitely not her neighborhood, but she's there anyways to show support. Millie Fleur's garden was wonderfully weird. Everybody felt accepted. Swampy ink cap, whopping wish flower, snake plant, and the kids are all having a conversation about it. That's what you want. You want them talking about it. Thank you guys so much for those gifts. I really appreciate it. Ghost nettle, belching huckleberry, and yaga bush. And look at, she even got a new little friend out of it. The pumpkin over here, Bert. Just relax, right? I would too. A little offbeat. Slowly but surely, bits of Millie Fleur's garden began to take root all over town. Yay, we made our goal. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate that. The first annual Garden Glen Youth Plant and Seed Swap. Something stayed the same, but there was one thing for sure. So this is an opportunity for kids to have their own garden and to swap plants and seeds. But something stayed the same. That mom, she wasn't having it. She was like, no, stay away from that. Garden Glen was forever transformed by Millie Fleur's strange and magnificent garden. Though the windows were still spotless and shutters still hung straight, the yards that were once identical now sprouted unique personalities. So she started selling a lot of her plant seeds. And look at how pretty they ended up being. I would love to have like a little cottage like this with a little pathway and all like plants here. all like specific type of plants that bring in insects like bees, butterflies, ladybugs. Wouldn't that be fun? I remember when I was going to community college, I used to walk by this lady's house that looked very similar to this. She would always be watering her plants in the morning, and I would always talk to her and ask her about her plants. And she, like, it was very conscientiously built. She goes, oh, I have these plants over here for the bees, and then I have these for the butterflies, and then when the season changes, these go away, and then I concentrate on this side because then it feeds these insects during the fall. I was like, girl, you have it all planned out. Making Garden Glen a truly one of a kind place. Welcome to Garden Glen, a truly one of a kind place. Yeah. Yeah, she really thought it through, Jake. She did. It was very like balanced. When one season ended, the other side came alive, and then back and forth. The end. Millie Fleur's Poison Garden. Definitely a 10. Definitely a 10. You guys so far, 2 out of 2 good titles. This is a strong story. Good illustrations, strong story. We were able to take away a life lesson from it. Boundaries. Yeah, the detailed picture with each other. I agree. Cat 10, Jake Daniels 10. We love the emojis. Lisa Brown 10. Wonder Chubs 10. Yeah, this one was published this year. It's 2025. No, last year, 2024. This is a new title. A new title. Mia Lorenzo 10, Jamie 10, B 10. Excellent. All right, let's take a vote. We started the live with Bears Same Bears Storytime Collection 1. And we just finished Millie Fleur's Poison Garden. I'm going to go with 2. I really like 2. Just Relax. Thank you so much. Gift goal achieved. Just Relax 10. Brooke Comer 2. Wonder Chubs 2. Jake Daniels 2. Stacy 2. Yeah, I think 2 is very strong. We love Bears. The Bears Same Bears. You can't go wrong with the Bears Same Bears, but I think that story though, Poison Garden, was really good. Stacy 2, Mia 2, Jake. Yeah, let's set a new goal. Lisa Brown 2, B 2. Gotta turn on our pumpkin. Let's go. Thank you, Mexi Pina, Kate 0508, Sweet P, and then there was one more there. Erica, thank you guys so much for those goals, achieving those goals. Appreciate it. Let's do let me go. Oh, let's do a witchy kitty. No, we did a witchy kitty already. No, we haven't done a witchy kitty. Those are 30. Were 30 coins. So let's do 3 of those. See if we can get that one. All right, let's look in the stacks. We did do a library haul just recently, so we have all new fresh titles. We can afford to be choosy on which titles we're gonna read. Oh, Jake, yes, thank you so much, Jake. I appreciate that. We can be a little choosy on which titles we want to read because we have a lot of selection. We're gonna do this one. This one's gonna be really good. This one's called A Star Shines Through. A Star Shines Through. Thank you so much, Just Relax, for that. I appreciate that. Thank you for that reminder. Thank you, Stacy. We love a good end page. Look at this dark color with these gold outlines. Very nice. It's like a very dark, earthy tone color. Oh, Books and Babe, welcome back. I'm heading to the kids section next time. Yeah, Mia Lorenz, there's a lot of good. We talk about the illustrations because the illustrations are like art pieces. You get a really good illustrator and some really good reimaginations. This one is published in 2024. This one says Anna
I can't pronounce her name, the author, is an author illustrator of On the Edge of the World and The Apartment, A Century of Russian History, and many other books for young readers. She was Russia's nominee for the 2018 Astrid Lindgren Memorial Award, the world's largest award for children's literature. Amid the turmoil in Russia in 2022, Anna and her family made the decision to leave their longtime home of Moscow. After several months in Israel, they currently live in Montenegro. Follow Anna on Instagram. Oh, in Montenegro. So she moved over there to the what do you call it? The other side of Italy, the other side of the boot. We used to live in a big city. This is very relatable to what's going on today, currently in Russia. We used to live in a big city. We love a good glow. Cold night, snowy night. We love a glow coming in from. Tells us it's warm and safe. There was a star-shaped cardboard lamp in our apartment's window kitchen. When I returned home from music lessons in the evening, I could recognize our window from afar. A star shone through the cold November darkness. Yeah, we love a good glow. So there she is coming back from music rehearsals, and one of the things that she remembers, coming home on a dark, cold November night, and you know in Russia it gets really cold. That's their apartment, and you'd get this really nice glow, and she would always see the star inside. And then the war began. Very interesting. I have to get this title for myself. And look at that. The war began. December 2022, Tanya, just recently. When I was adopted from Russia, my parents said it was, oh, really, Tanya, negative 20 degrees. Oh, that was in December of 2020. Oh, okay. My grandfather was from Russia. Oh, fascinating. Would love to visit Russia one of these days. Thank you so much for the follow, Fat Witch. So they're running away from the war. I was from... Oh, fascinating. Tanya, when did you move to the States? Fascinating. I would love to take a train through Russia in the wintertime. We left for another country. It's not like home here. A different language. Oh, you were adopted. Oh, okay, in 2002. My grandma was from Italy. Oh, Heather Love. That must be really nice. You ever go to Italy to go visit? My parents said it was a very bad area and food was super bad. Oh, interesting. My mom was sick from the food. Oh, fascinating. Oh, Anna Karenina is an amazing movie. Yes, I got to rewatch that. I think I watched it a long time ago. I rewatched that again. So they had to move because of the war. Our orphanage was not healthy at all. Oh, wow. And so you got adopted out. That's very nice. A lot of luck. So they moved to a new city, different language. She didn't really like it there. It's kind of dark, damp, raining. Very interesting story, Tanya. A different apartment. It's very cold. I love the fact that they are using this grayish blue tint to show the feeling of it. I'm doing the 23andMe to find out my parents and siblings. Oh, cool. Yes, shadows. Yeah, that will give you a really good idea. Yes. A different view from the window. But she has her star.
She brought her star, and then look at the window. It's kind of different. It's a little isolated. Kind of dress it up a little. Different food. And then, so this looks like it's, I think this is outside. No, this is inside. Oh, they're comparing. So this was previous, where they were from. And this is their new location. Hey, Glitz and Glam Jungle, welcome in. Welcome back. Even Mom is different. Aw. Mom's coping. Even I'm different. Oh, look at that. This is a really good book. The colors and the illustration really make you feel the emotions. Just different. You know how things are different and not the same? They just feel like, ugh. Yeah, the picture does say so much. One day, Mom brought a package back from the store. It contained scissors, glue, and cardboard. Tanya, this one's called A Star Shines Through by Anna Desnikskava. And by evening, we had made a cardboard star, just like the one we had back at home. We put the star in the window. After that, everything around us became a little less different. Look at how pretty. So she made a star just like the one that she had at home. It kind of made it, it took the gray away, it took the blue away. And you got this really nice yellow glow. It made the apartment different. The view from the window. Look at that picture. Isn't that a great picture? Remember that it looked like this with that light bulb at the top. And then now it looks like this. That star is bringing it to life. Lots of color. Thank you guys so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Tassar Williams, thank you so much for that follow. The food made the food a little different, made it feel a little bit more at home. Some food trucks. We love a good moon in children's literature. Always gotta have a good moon in children's literature. The language, bakery, grocery. Starting to get some light. Starting to get some yellow light. Hello. Oh, she's going back to her music. She meets somebody. Oh, and Mom and me. Aw, look at how pretty that is. Look at that color. That blue background. It's like an earth tone blue with that yellow glow. We went from stark gray, depressing, to hopeful. They're sitting on a chair reading together. Jake, isn't that great? It's like a paintbrush. They took yellow and just made a circle. Not a perfect circle, but just a circle. I wonder if that's supposed to be the Star of David. It still doesn't feel like home here, but now when I return from music lessons in the evening, I recognize our window. A star shines through it in the southern night. So that's the new apartment that she lives in. And the glow makes it very specific for them. We love a good glow, right, Jake?
Says the author's note, my entire life I lived in Moscow, and I cannot describe how much I love that city. It's a city where I have always felt at home. On February 17th, 2022, my children and I went to Cyprus for a week, a gift for my son's 10th birthday. For a whole week, we had a wonderful vacation. We enjoyed the blooming trees, the sea, and the sun after an icy February in Moscow. We swam, rode bicycles across the hills, and explored ancient ruins. On February 24th, we were supposed to fly back home. At 6 in the morning, my youngest daughter started whimpering and fussing. I got up to feed her, glanced at my phone's screen, and saw that it was filled with notifications. Russia had launched an invasion of Ukraine. Russia is shelling Kiev with ballistic missiles. Russia troops have landed in Odessa. At that moment, I realized that we would not be going back home. Since then, my husband and I, our 3 children, our cat, and our dog, the animals arrived later, have been searching for our home. It turns out that immigration is very difficult and challenging. Even in the most wonderful places, everything feels so different, and you feel like a stranger to yourself. In Moscow, cardboard stars adorned the windows of our house. They were always visible from afar. When we found ourselves in Israel, in a tiny and uncozy rental apartment, the first thing I bought was the same star we had back home. We placed it in the window, and I realized that the place became a bit less foreign to us. And I also realized that I wanted to write a book about it. This book was part of my farewell to my home when I finished it. I understood that our former life had irreversibly ended. But now we're all together, my husband, our children, our animals, and me, and the star is in our window. We slowly settled into a new home, and then another, and then we moved to another country, taking the star with us. Guys, this was a good one. You guys are getting really good, very strong titles tonight. I love books like this. This lady took her pain, turned it into art. Took her pain, turned it into art. We started with the Bears Save Bears Storytime Collection 1. Mexipine, you're right. Deep. Millie Fleur's Poison Garden 2. And then A Star Shines Through. This is a really good one. I'm going to have to get this one for my own collection too. Yeah, a very beautiful book. Very beautiful book. I wish I had a little cover for it like the libraries do. I don't know why. And so if she was from Russia, I wonder why she had to move, because Russia wasn't getting the Ukraine was, but I wonder why. All right, Jake Daniels 3, Mexi Pina 3, Tanya 3, Wonder Chubbs 2 and 3. Yeah, they were both good. Lisa Brown 3, 2 and 3 can't decipher card. That's fine. I agree with you. They were both very strong. Stacy 3. Yeah, we love the library covering. It should have it should have the plastic on it, but it doesn't. All right, a new goal. Yes, thank you so much for reminding me, Jake. Let's go ahead and start with a new goal. Let's see if we can do. Let's do 3. There's a lot of good ones here. That one's worth too much. Let's see, a rose hand, a heart symbol. Let's try this one. This one's the Hat of Joy. Let's do 3 of those. See if we can get. Those ones were worth 450 coins. It's about like $2 or $3. So let's see if we can get 3 of those hats, and then we will choose from the stacks. Again, because we've just started, we can be choosy on which ones we we want to read. Because we have a lot to choose from. We have a lot to choose from. This one looks really pretty. We're going to read this one. Yeah, not only are you guys getting really good titles, we're getting some really good, strong cultural titles too. Don't they just relax? I agree. Waiting for Hanami. We love a good cherry blossom. Waiting for Hanami. We love a good end page, a lime green. When the sakura bloom, it's important to arrive early, even earlier than the sun. Okay, when the sakura bloom, it's important to arrive early, even earlier than the sun. So they're going to look for this sakura. I hope I'm saying that right. Sakura bloom. So a new plant's going to bloom. And when you're going to go look at it and see it, you got to go before the sun gets up. So that's what they're doing right there. To search for a spot in the park right underneath the pink petals. So I think it's just the cherry blossom. Yeah, the artwork on this one. You guys are getting really good artwork tonight. Really good art. Oh, yay! I love that. Thank you so much. Jake Daniels, thank you for that hat. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's very guys, what do they call that? Japanese art. It's really pretty. The one perfect place for lying down and looking up for Hanami. Yeah, the colors are really great. Manga. Is it manga? Manga art. So there's the family. Yeah, it looks like it's cherry blossoms. They're there to enjoy the day. Oh, your internet is glitchy? Oh. Sai has been waiting all year for the trees. Yay! Thank you so much for that hat, Kate. I really appreciate it. Sai has been waiting all year for the trees' green buds to bloom into pink blossoms. To see faces she remembers from photos on screens. She's here for a big family reunion. Pink, I think, is one of our favorite colors here on live. And when you can get some pink illustrations like this, really pretty. Different shades of pink. You've got some white, light pink in there, and then you've got some of these dark shades right here. Very pretty. It's very calming. Yes, Jake, I love it. Pink and glitter. Two good combinations. And it's very, very big. So you have a lot of people coming to see the same thing. The cherry blossom. Last time I saw you, you were this small, says a woman with a warm smile. Long locks swing when her husband leans over. Pretty soon, you'll be as tall as me. Oh, she's getting to see people she hasn't seen before. The park is buzzing and Sai's heart races. The puzzle pieces of her world are starting to connect. Still, Sai feels a tiny bit like a stranger. So they're going to the park and there's a lot of people there to see the same thing. Different cultures represented. But she's not the only one. Really great illustrations. Look at these deep colors, these oranges and yellows, reds, blues. Dad says that Avi is a cousin. No, the cousin of a cousin. Or maybe my uncle's godson's brother, on Sai's mother's side. And while they just met, Sai can see what they have in common. She tells Avi about her parents' kimono shop, where she loves to help out. When a customer arrives, Sai thinks through her questions carefully. If you could live anywhere on earth, where's the first place you'd go? When you're my age, what did you dream about the most? So she's got a new friend. It's a distant relative, cousin of a cousin of a cousin. And she has her own kimono shop. There, something lights up in the customer's eyes, and Sai knows this answer is special. It has a color and a pattern, a texture she can almost touch. Peachy rays peeking through the clouds, a sweet chill in the morning air. Sai has a kimono in mind, and when the fit is just right, the stars start to shine or to rise. The white crane soars when the belt is tied tight. It feels like magic, so Sai wisely says, "This is the one," and her job is done. That's a very pretty. Look at that color, peach. It's very feminine. The colors with the branches, the pinks and the peaches, and her hair. The cranes. Avi knows the magic too. He makes it using just a notebook and ink. He imagines whole universes and all the lives they contain. His pen climbs high above the clouds to planets under strange constellations, dives deep into pitch black oceans where tardy school kids swim to class with glowing gills and slick tails. Yes, very soft yet very rich. I agree. Yeah, I see what you're saying. They're very like light tones, but ones that you can brighten up and it won't affect the softness of it. And then you have this one with these little details here, these intricate details, and the different fish, blues and whites. His ink runs into a different Avi from another time, with a better singing voice and a worse haircut. And it meets Sai from today when Sai doesn't know what to say. When she can't explain the tangled feeling and her words slip away, but Avi's pen can help it take shape. Illustrations on this one are really gorgeous. The story a little bit kind of all over the place. It's deep and then it kind of wavers a little. Sai and Avi both want to recognize familiar faces, put names to their relatives' voices, and meet all the new ones too. But it's not very easy, so they do what they know. Sai thinks through her question carefully. She looks for bright eyes and waits for excited answers. And Avi puts the magic on the page, connecting all the journeys their history contains. Sai asks the family acrobats and artists about the truckers and the journalists, asks the actors and pastors about the athletes and nurses. Every story reminds her of a pattern, a color, a texture she can almost touch. Hey, Rika Moore, welcome in. Rika Moore, we haven't seen you in forever. It's been months. Months! Jumping through time with an easy stroke of her pen, Avi records memories of laughter and caring and sharing, and the sacred caramel cake recipe you'd be lucky to learn. Yeah. I feel like the author took on a lot with this book. Psychedelic Moth, welcome in. We haven't seen Psychedelic Moth in a long time. When the sakura fall, they won't grow again for a while. When the family leaves, the next reunion will be far, far away. But today the flowers are bright and blooming. Everyone's here together and one perfect place. So the story started with them getting up early to go look at the blossoms, and then all of a sudden it's a family reunion. Oh, I'm sorry, I work every day at night. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. But I'm glad you're here tonight. It's good to see you again. Can never forget that name, Rika Moore. But the illustrations are really good. Avi and Sai lie down at last. The prickly glass tickles their elbows, and they take a deep breath. The wait is over. Finally. Yeah, there's too much information happening in the book. I would have liked it just to be about the cherry blossoms. That would have been enough. Really good illustrations, though. Very well thought out. And they look up. That's pretty. See, this is something that you could paint and hang in a museum, and you wouldn't even know it came out of a children's literature book. Yeah, it's a children's book, and I'm kind of lost. Yeah, you're not supposed to get lost. Isn't that pretty, Jake? Especially with that blue sky. I know, sometimes I'm reading midway through, I'm like, wait, what happened? It was only like 3 pages in. Let's read the author's note. Let's see if we can get a little bit of clarification on what's going on here. Hanami, a cherry blossom viewing. Oh, okay. So waiting for Hanami. So she's not waiting actually for a person. It's Hanami, a cherry blossom viewing, marks the yearly return of the spring season. The tradition began a long time ago in Japan, starting with the emperors and their courts, then continued with the samurai under the rule of the shogun, then finally with all the people of Japan. Today we celebrate Hanami with Sakura Matsuri cherry blossom festivals, and everyone is invited. Oh, okay. In the United States, the National Cherry Blossom Festival, the largest in the country, is celebrated in Washington, D.C. There are others too, including San Francisco's festival, where a grand parade follows a route that passes underneath the flowers. Oh, I gotta check that out. Philadelphia showcases performers, martial artists, dancers, drummers, and more. And in New York and Brooklyn, Botanic Gardens host a Japanese market with treats, crafts, and vintage kimonos. We wait all year for the flowers to open to the sun. We set our picnics with friends and family, and we look up at the sakura. Then, only days after blooming, the petals wilt and fall to the ground. It is beautiful and sorrowful that the cherry blossoms are here and then gone. Their brief lives remind us to appreciate what we have every day while we have it. Saying goodbye is never easy, whether we're parting with the springtime sun or with our favorite cousins at the family reunion. But we can carry the beauty of our new memories with us while we wait, until we meet again. So yeah, I think we needed a background in this to understand it. Because there's the storyline and then there's the whole. I think we're the whole because we don't understand the tradition behind it. But good illustrations though. I still give it a 10. The end. I love learning about other cultures. Even though we know what the cherry blossoms are, it's always it's always nice to have a refresher on what that is. Yeah, Georgia Peach, reading that author's note, huh? You guys got really good titles tonight. Really good titles. 4 back-to-back titles. We started with Bear Stay and Bear Storytime Collection. Jake Daniels gave it a 9. Wonder Chubbs 8. Yeah. Yeah, it was a little lacking. It wasn't a strong one. It wasn't a strong title. Then we read Millie Fleur's Poison Garden. A Star Shines Through. Aw, yay. I love it. Thank you, Jake. I really appreciate that. A Star Shines Through. It's always a treat to get something from Russia.
or the Ukraine, because we rarely get things like that. It's few and far between. Thank you so much for reaching that goal, guys. I really appreciate that. Jake Daniels, I think you're the one that carried that one. And then waiting for Hanani. Yay! Thank you so much, Jake. Appreciate you. All right, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Let's take our last vote for the night. 1, 2, 3, or 4. What are you guys thinking? I'm going to say all 4. We're a really strong night tonight. Brooke Comer, 2 and 3. Jake Daniels, 3. Just Relax, all of them. Yeah, I agree. All of them are really good titles tonight. Wonder Chubbs, 2 and 3. Stacy, 3. Guys, look at our little collection here that we have, the ghost and the pumpkin and the candle. Isn't that cute? Let me turn off the main light so you guys can get a full experience of the glow. Isn't that pretty? Although our tree doesn't shine that bright because of all our ornaments. All the ornaments are covering the light. But isn't that a nice glow? It's so homey. I should have turned my salt rock on. That would be really nice in the back. Isn't it, Jake? So much fun. So much diversity in our ornaments, too. In the background. Lots of fun. Alrighty, remember, for those of you who are just joining us, remember that this Sunday we're going to switch over to Christmas. I think what we're going to do is I'm going to put the Christmas tree back here, and then I'm going to use white lights. I really like white lights. I'm going to use white lights this year. So we're going to switch over this Sunday to Christmas. We'll be doing our Christmas read-alouds. We will put our Halloween ornaments away, and then we will start doing our Christmas ornaments for Project Wednesday. But this Wednesday is our last Halloween project. I've got a couple of ideas going. I just need to print some things out and get them going. I will have a model ready for you tomorrow so you guys can see what that is. And then we will do it on Wednesday. This Friday, guys, I'm not going to do a read aloud. I'm going to head to, I'm going to go do the West Hollywood Halloween Parade. So I'm going to go check that out. So I'll do Project Wednesday and then possibly Thursday, but I'm not sure yet. I have a couple of meetings at work tomorrow and Thursday, so I might be kind of busy with work. Hey, Lauren, welcome in. Alrighty, friends, thank you so much for the 40,000 likes. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys, especially Jake, for helping us reach all those goals today. I really appreciate you guys for doing that. All the monies that we get towards that goes towards our live projects, and little knickknacks that we get. Glitter goes towards our glitter fund. We have a glitter fund because you can't have decorations without glitter. Yes, and if you're new, please follow. Thank you so much. Just Relax. I really appreciate that. Also, I do have my own children's book that I wrote. This is the mock-up. It is available in e-book format. The physical book is right now being created by the illustrator, so we're waiting for that. This is my first children's book, Joe E. King and the Fragile Figurine. It's a children's book for sensitive children, for sensitive boys and sensitive girls. So if you are interested in that, it also comes with its own 3-day lesson plan where you can color pictures with your kids. We have Friends of Joe E. King. These are from all around the United States. We've collected these. These are from our viewers. Our viewers' kids have created these. You get a sentence frame along with a color. One item I really care about is my Donald Duck plushie. And sometimes something were to happen to it, I would feel sad and disappointed. This is from El Paso, Texas. This one is from Corey, the very first one. This is from her daughter. My special thing is my pink blanket because I had it since I was a baby. This is from Washington. When I feel pressured, I can choose to say no thank you from Camila. Wonder Chubs, I'm going to follow you. Follow me back and then DM me, and I'll send you my I'll send you the link for it. It's in a Google Doc, and you can download them. This one's mentors for Joe E. King. This is for the adults. If you would like to read it and then journal your own, it gives you a prompt. When I feel overwhelmed, my younger self wants to cry and scream, but as an adult, I try to breathe. And then I take 3 big breaths, then I try to see things another way. So these are from the adults, mentors of Joey King. And then here are a couple of other ones that were not included in those frames. Wonder Chubs, if you can have your son do these for me, these are sentence frames are included, the different ones. And then take a picture of it and send it to me as a PDF. What I do is I then print it out here and then I put it in a frame. And I would love, you don't have to put his name on there, you could just put where the location is at, because I want to eventually collect a whole wall from all across the United States. So that would be really fun. But Wonder Chubs, please DM me. No, absolutely not. Wonder Chubs, absolutely not. Please include them. Please include them in that. They can definitely participate. We'd love to have that. I work with kids with learning disabilities and I have a mild, moderate credential, which are, a lot of my kids are autistic, so they can do it. They can do it. We would love to have the diversity on that. And then if you could send, I'm selling that. It's an ebook version. It's not this copy, it's the ebook version of the story. So you can bring it up on your iPad, you can bring it up on your computer. Just $5, a $5 donation to go towards that. I would really appreciate it. Alrighty, friends, thank you so much for your follow. I really appreciate everybody's participation. Thank you so much for the gifts. It means so much to me. It means so much to everybody too when we're able to bring a little bit of joy to everybody each night. Alrighty, friends, have yourselves a good night, and we will see you tomorrow.